Hello, everyone.
Yay!
We did it. We're doing it. Book club. Yay. Can everyone see everyone?
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey. What's going on? How is everyone?
The only one in my room, Laura.
You're what?
I'm not the only one in my bedroom, it looks like. You are too.
Hilarious.
I am too. Same.
Are we
You just can't tell.
Are we just all in bed right now?
Yes.
I'm on the floor.
Okay, what are you doing? What's Whitney doing?
I'm at work, but I'm in my home office. This is my lunch break.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so nice.
I love that. Okay, well, maybe should we all just introduce ourselves? I'm Laura.
Big surprise.
Carol.
Yes.
Where are you from?
Well, I just moved to Northwest Indiana with my daughter, but I was from your hometown, Downers Grove. Yeah. My husband passed away last May, so I sold our home and I just moved to Indiana 2 weekends ago with my daughter.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for your
It's
loss.
okay. It's okay.
Wow, Downers Grove.
Yeah.
630, baby.
Yeah, so now I'm in beautiful Northwest Indiana. Kind of the same thing, but.
And do you like it?
It's nice. Yeah, I'm just a little further from downtown than I used to be. So it's kind of more like country here than I'm used to.
Oh, okay. Britt, I heard a little baby. I don't know where that was from, but Britt, where are you from? Britt?
Her mic's off.
That's okay. All right, Britt, maybe we'll come back to you. How about Anna?
I'm actually living in Florida right now, but I'm originally from Maryland. And I did not read the book, but I kind of wanted to check it out and see what's going on.
That's okay. I think the topics will be relatable whether you've read it or not. But it's a good one. You should read it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's great. What are you doing right now? I need to know what's happening.
I'm at work and I just got the notification for book club. I was like, all right. But I work at a jewelry supply business. So artists who make jewelry order things from me, and I have a bunch of miscellaneous items. And I'm currently putting those miscellaneous beads and pendants and things in a treasure chest. So I can randomly scoop out, whatever people want. So yeah, that's kind of an idea that I came up with to kind of consolidate because it's crazy in here. Artists are nuts, I swear.
That is true. Artists are all of them.
It's nice to meet everybody. Thank you.
Yay. Nice to meet you too, Anna. Okay, Abib. Am I saying your name right?
Well, it actually, my name's Abby, but I forgot to put a capital B, but then you called me Abib, and it just kind of stuck, and I didn't really want to correct you because it grew on me. So now I'm like, well, my name's Abib now, and everyone just knows it as Abib.
Wait, but it's really Abby?
Yeah, it's just Abby.
But can it be Abib, though?
It can be Abib. That's fine with me.
That is so funny. Wait, and where are you from? Okay, Abby or Abib? Are we going with Abib?
It's been Abib for so long, it'd be weird to change it, wouldn't it?
Okay, where are you from? It sounds like England.
I'm from Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. Okay, wow. And what is behind you? Is that a balloon?
Yeah, well, it's for my son's 10th birthday, but the one kind of deflated, so just using the...
Oh, so now he's
cute.
Yeah, we've got a bit of an obsession with balloons in this house. We've got a Halloween one that's about that big, but my daughter calls it baby balloon, so it's just part of the family now.
Who's obsessed with balloons?
My daughter.
How old is she?
So she's 3.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got 3 and a 10-year-old.
3 and 10. Okay. Oh. Is it easier at 10?
No.
I keep like waiting, like, so wait, but actually, I find that 4 and 6 are easier for me than the baby,
Oh, yeah.
diaper phase.
Yeah.
No?
Do you know what? I think it's just dependent on kids. Like,
Yeah.
I found my daughter so much easier than my son. She's so much more chill, but my son's ADHD. So I'm like, is that another reason? But then I guess as my son, he's getting older, he's got more of a personality, a bit more attitude,
Yes.
so I think it's just dependent on who they are as well.
True.
True. Okay, Jessica.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm excited to be here. I'm originally from New Mexico. I've lived all over the country, but I'm now currently in Vegas where it's 200 degrees. So that's fun. I pretend like I'm back in Minnesota when I stayed in a tiny house in North Shore, up in near Duluth and Lake Superior. And this is a shot I took of it there. So I keep it as my background to remind me of a prettier, less cooler place because Vegas is so hot right now.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's nice to meet everybody. I'm excited to be here. I read the book and it was amazing.
It's great, right?
Yeah, I read her first one when she first published that one, and that one was really, really good. So I knew this one would be awesome too.
Is it written in a similar style?
It is, yeah. And she goes more in depth on like how she got into her addiction and then what led up to her getting arrested and that whole story, which was crazy because it was from, she's got rid of her boyfriend's guns who were police ordered guns. So it was like all of these people she used to have at her house for barbecues and stuff, all the officers knew her. They were the ones that arrest her, and her talking about that is intense. And everything she goes through when she's in prison is a lot. So the fact that she comes out of it, and then we read in the second book about her getting pregnant right away, like the fact that she stayed sober through all of that stuff it's amazing. It's a testament to how strong she is, that's for sure.
It's incredible. Yeah. I haven't read her first book, but I was kind of shocked when I started A Clean Mess because I knew roughly what High Achiever was about, her road through addiction, right? Mm-hmm. And I was shocked to like read about her sober living in here because I was like, I thought for sure that would have been in her first book. So that just led me to believe, wow, there must have been a lot to that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know originally I followed her blog and she was doing it more for therapeutic, just to like talk about her past. And people got so into it that they told her to make it into a book. And I'm glad she did because I haven't struggled with those kinds of things, but I know she shares it with prisons and rehabs and things like that. And I can imagine it's got to be incredibly helpful for someone going through those things to hear her story and see how she's thriving now and that it is possible, especially because she went through so much during that time. And to make it through on the other end is such a positive thing to read about,
Totally. Yeah. Girl. Rachel.
Oh, hello. I'm so happy to be here. Sorry I'm not on camera. I am also working. I'm out door dashing though, so it's a little more difficult to share my face. But yeah, it's nice to see everybody. And I've also read the book. I really can't wait to read her first book. I have it on my list for my next book. So yeah, I'm going there. Yay!
Really, yay, Rachel.
And I'm in Tucson, Arizona, where it's also almost 200 degrees.
I just love your at Space Trash 420. That's really I need to know more.
That's where I am everywhere except for Facebook, I guess. I'm Rachel Diana on Facebook. I actually purchased an LLC called Space Trash a while ago, and I just have never done anything with it. My kids don't want me to do anything online, and that really just kind of stumped me there. I have another LLC, and I've been in social work for 20 years, so I help people with behavior plans for folks who are living in group homes, a lot of mostly adults with some kids struggling with anything from autism and needing that extra level of support to more serious, well, I shouldn't say more serious, but like real like mental illness with serious delusions and very unsafe behaviors. And so yeah, lots of stuff. in my background. And I did.
But why space trash?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. I did kind of gloss over that. So stars are trash in the space and they shine through all the darkness. So that's why space trash.
Got it. Okay. I love it. That's great. Sheila,
Yeah,
what up?
I'm in Iowa, so fun here. Not. What was I gonna say? Oh, I love that you had Torn on. Thank you so much for that video because it helped me out with one of my twins. I just want to tell you that before I say anything else. And somebody where I work actually was talking to me about Toy and Wolf as well. She watches them. And my 14-year-old said, you didn't even need to tell me about that, Mom. I already know that I'm on the spectrum. So I'm now learning a lot for that. So I just want to start off with that because I cried over that whole thing.
Wow.
Anyways.
And how old is your,
14.
Okay.
And I was very uneducated on it, like a lot of people are. Sure. And I asked his 5th grader, so what are in like the 10, 11 around then? I go, do you think that he might be on some sort of, he is wicked smart. I don't like to talk to him because he makes me feel stupid, and I mean that in a different manner. Like, he's very smart. Yeah. His therapist at age 5 we don't know what happened at daycare. We think something did. So if you know what I mean, but we couldn't get anything out of him. But she had to buy books to talk to him because he knew dinosaurs, when they lived, where they lived, what they ate, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I asked this 5th grader, do you think I should have him checked or whatever? And she's like, he seems a little aspy, but I think it's fine. My Nora's aspy, and that's it. It stopped there. Right. It progressed as I started, I followed you forever, and there's a lot of people, and I'm like, and then that came on, and I talked to him, and he's like, I already know. And yeah, so.
Wow.
Yes. So we're just progressing forward now with how do we help him at school, because he gets very angry when people interrupt because he's trying to learn.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's really cool that he is self-aware there and was like, oh, I know, Mom.
Yeah. He's like, where have you been?
It's just such a different world. I feel like when I was growing up, autistic kids, who weren't diagnosed, right? High functioning autistic kids, were just the eccentric ones. We're like, oh yeah, John, he's just eccentric. He's just,
yeah.
It was never diagnosed, I feel like.
Yep. My 22-year-old, because I'm with infertility issues, so I have a 22-year-old, a 20-year-old, and then twin 14-year-old. And my 22-year-old goes, I don't know why you didn't listen to me. I told you for how long. And I'm like, okay, whatever. You're also too smart for me. So
sounds like you have some smart kids.
I do. Yeah. But I did read Tiffany's book, and I seem to have anything I go on algorithm wise, I'm pulled into all these groups of people that have gone into sobriety and stayed there. And I feel like it's because of what I grew up with. So I myself personally haven't had to overcome anything like that, but I have lived it and watched it in my mother, father, aunts, uncles. Yeah. So that was an amazing book.
Awesome. I agree. Melissa, what up?
Hi, Laura. Glad to be here. I live in New York City, Brooklyn, to be exact. I've lived here for 8 years, but I grew up in your area. I'm from Pasadena, and so moved out here a few years ago. I have been listening to the book all day long on 2.0 speed. I'm so bummed because I'm trying desperately to finish, but I'm on chapter 39. And now it's going to ruin it because I really just don't know what he did in Vegas all the way yet. But I'm like, shoot, if I show up to book club, it's going to ruin the ending for me. But yeah, I was working all day trying to get the book in between.
Yeah.
Got pretty far, but yeah, glad to be here. I'm the one that shared that you inspired me to go back to Codependence Anonymous. I'm thriving there and so grateful to you for your 12-step stuff you've been talking about. So yeah, thanks so much for doing this and having us here on Zoom.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for joining. That's so great. I'm so glad you're loving the 12 step. I actually just came from my like home group women's meeting that I go to every Friday morning. And it's just it really is so helpful, isn't it?
Good.
It's amazing. It's life changing just going through the steps. And the fact that they have something for anything you struggle with, you know, the SLAA addicts, food addicts, alcohol, it's just covers anything that you struggle with. And so that's what's so amazing to land on codependence specifically was like, okay, my name's in the dictionary next to this. These are my people. I'm here now. So yeah.
Do you think there's going to be a social media anonymous?
Oh, wow.
That should be next. Yeah.
It's addictive.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
I think there is.
Oh my God.
Definitely.
Like, and actually, I feel like kids, especially, their brains are developing and they're just, I mean, we all are, you know.
Yeah.
No, it's bad. It's unhealthy and it's bad. Yeah, that is next.
It is. It is. Well, thank you again. I love Brooklyn too.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here. Don't believe anything you hear on the news. We're thriving out here. New York City is amazing. It's a great life.
Yay. Okay. Is Jessica, you went, right? Okay. I feel like my list got moved around. Barbara?
Yes, ma'am. I am from Houston, Texas, where it is also very, very hot. um, and I did finish both of Tiffany's books. Absolutely love her. I've met her a couple times in person when she was doing her comedy stand-up. And of course, I've read your books, Laura. I absolutely loved it as well. I'm also a recovering addict. Not as many years, a couple, we'll say with months, had some relapses, but I think you're very inspiring and I absolutely love watching your skits and I love watching you grow and it's been a great ride and I think you are somebody, we can really look up to and, you know, see that recovery does work.
Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Becky? Did you go? Becky? No? Britt?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. I'm Brittany, and I am also from Downers Grove originally.
All right.
In fact, I went to Downers North, graduated in 03.
Wonderful.
And I have twin girls, and one of my daughters has autism. And I saw one of your posts a long time ago, and I was like, I think that girl kind of looks familiar to me. But then I kind of went off and did life a bit more.
Yeah.
And when I found out that one of your children had autism as well, I was like, hey, maybe I'll follow her for a little bit. And you know what? It just happened to be like right before you started the book club. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I need to do something for myself. And it was an awesome read. And I'm really happy I did it. And I'm glad I completed the book on time.
Right? Isn't that funny? I kept saying, like, I want to read a book a month. And I'm like,
yeah,
you know, especially with young kids, it's like
hard.
It's difficult.
Yes. Yes.
I did the audiobook.
Who said that?
It's Rachel. I cheated. I did the audiobook.
Oh,
I did both. I did the audiobook and I had the book in front of me just to help me out.
Yes.
Push me through.
Yeah. The way Tiffany writes though makes it so easy. I find some books, it's like hard for me to stay focused.
Yeah.
And with both of her books, it was like I had to go to work and I was mad I had to leave because I was in the middle of reading one of her chapters and it's just so good. She makes it easy to go through fast, I feel like.
Yes. Yeah.
She's a great storyteller.
Great storyteller. Well, thanks for joining Downers Grove North. Can't believe it. Got a lot in common.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who have been missing? My list got weird. If you haven't introduced yourself.
I'm Kirsty.
Where's Kirsty?
Right here. Hi. Sorry, I'm driving today.
Oh, hi.
I work for Amazon, so I'm just taking all the trucks and getting them washed right now. So that's my job today. But I'm from Oklahoma. Been following you for like a decade. Seems like.
What part of Oklahoma?
And Oklahoma City. Just like grew up in Edmond. Been here my whole life. So yeah, that's
Nice.
pretty much it. I got 3 boys, and one of them he's ADHD, autistic. He's got all kinds of fun little quirks, but we're getting through it.
Yeah.
But it's nice to meet everybody.
Nice to meet you too.
Mhm.
Thanks for being here. Who else? Oh my God, goats.
What was that?
There's a goat.
I love it.
Club. We have a goat in our book club.
Yeah, I saw the goat too. Yeah.
They read the books.
Yay!
And
And
horse.
Okay, Rachel, what's up? Or are we back to Ellie? I want to make sure.
No, you go on.
Oh my God, stop.
I haven't said anything.
Hi, what's your name? Where are
Me?
you? Sarah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from Mississippi. I'm ADHD, so I'm trying so hard to focus. This is a lot. And my brother actually was diagnosed with autism. I'm going to get emotional if I talk about this. Oh my goodness. At 37, I think. And it was one of the things that he has Crohn's. And so before my dad passed a little over a year and a half ago, he was really trying so hard to get my brother on disability because of the Crohn's and the autism, that just, whatever, so that he will be supported when my mom also passes. So it's been really nice to see how you are with your son. And I think had we known, had we known how he was, like looking back, everything makes so much sense. But, my dad definitely would have done differently, and we would have done, so it's nice to see. It's nice to see such healthy parenting from you.
Thank you.
Agreed. Great parent, Laura.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for sharing that.
And I live on a farm, and so I'm really antisocial, and so this is really hard for me, but I really, really like it.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I think it's so important to connect now on a group level and, share and listen and connect and over something, or not. But it's just really, I don't know what I would do without having groups of, especially women, where you can just connect and be vulnerable with. It's so important, especially now. I feel like everyone's isolating now,
Yeah. Was that Sarah?
Yes.
Sarah, and then you get to meet more people that you can talk to and
feel
comfortable with.
I need, because I'm going to try to make this really, really short, and then I'll shut up, I promise. My boss broke his hip. He's 73. And so my fiance, who is from South Africa, he's one of the H2A workers. They have been rotating, staying with my boss. And so I've literally seen like my person for 45 minutes a day tops. And even then, it's like I have to sit with him while he takes a bath just to spend time with him, kind of thing.
Oh.
And so this has been really nice.
I'll be your other person if you want.
Thank you. Please.
Okay, who else didn't introduce themselves?
I didn't introduce myself, Laura.
Okay, Mariska.
Yay! Hi, I'm so happy to be here, and nice to meet. I'm the only Dutchie here, I think.
Yeah. Got a Dutchie and a goat.
Yeah. Yes, but I'm very happy to be here, and nice to meet you all. And I am Mariska. I'm from the Netherlands. I am a mom also to an autistic son. He's 25 years old, and sadly enough, he's in no contact with me. And that's very hard. I am divorced, and I live here alone with my 2 cats and dog. And I have a Spanish stray dog, Liz from the street, rescue dog, and I really love the book from Tiffany because I love the fact that she chose herself and that she was very clear in setting boundaries, and I'm going through that as well. Learning to set boundaries. I don't have experience with substance abuse. But I'm very I'm going to the Love Addicts Anonymous groups and a 12-step program following there. And I'm really grateful that I found that. That's me. And I had to struggle with, I think that is the reason that it's so hard sometimes. My son, I'm a teacher, and I saw at a very young age that my son was not, it was different from the rest, and it took me a very long time to get help for him. So it was really a struggle. He's doing very well at the moment, but it cost us a lot. So I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm very happy that you made this possible and that you are empowering us, that you are going through things yourself. I'm very proud of you that you do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm really grateful to be here with you guys as well. Thank you for joining. Okay, who's next?
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, Kathleen and a little baby.
Hi. Yes, this is Luke. I'm in his room right now, but my name is Kathleen. I go by Katie. I listen to a lot of books while I work because I work at a hospital doing housekeeping, so I can just listen all day. And so whenever I heard about the book club, I jumped on it. I've been following you for a long time, so I thought it seemed. And so that's a vocal stum. But I've been following you a long time.
Oh, so you listened to the audiobook?
Yes, I did.
Same. She's great. She's funny. I'm like, when you're reading the book, you don't get that performance. I mean, she's very, very funny in her delivery.
Yes. I'm sorry. Let me mute real fast.
Are you just covered in babies? Okay. Oh, who's next? We're back to the fucking goat. Oh, sorry.
Watch it.
I haven't gone yet. Tried to climb on me whenever I tried to talk.
It's just erratic goats and wild farm animals. It's so random, and I'm here for it, but it's funny.
Literally every 5 minutes there's just ass. I'm like, all right. Who's next? Who have only heard from?
I haven't gone yet. Either way.
Okay. I am. I've got a aphasia. I had a stroke, so I've got aphasia.
Okay.
So I'll and it's 5 o'clock here in Australia. So I'm a bit bleary-eyed. Good on you, Laura, for starting up the group. I've got one son, he's 11, and he also has autism and ADHD and PDA. So he keeps me busy. And I was in the disability field before I had the stroke. So disability is my life. Yeah.
How is the support out there?
It is really good. Because the NDIS, you probably haven't heard of the NDIS, looks after us. That's the disability insurance scheme. And it has its problems, but I managed to live by myself and my son and I get to maintain my independence. And I've got like 3 cats and a dog and 2 guinea pigs. So it's really good. Compared to America, it's outstanding.
Yeah.
When did you have your stroke? I'm sorry to interrupt.
When did I have it?
Yes.
I had it 5.5 years ago.
Your speech is amazing.
I know.
Aphasia.
I've also got social anxiety, so for me to talk like okay, it's a big thing, big deal.
Total kudos.
But I've read the book and I thought it was amazing, and I can't wait to discuss it with you all.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for sharing all that. Anyone else want to intro?
I do.
Just very jealous of Sarah living in Australia. That's all.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold. I live down in Victoria and it's winter and it's cold. I'm in bed and I've got so many blankets on anyway.
Dude, no, there's just a random chicken. Is that wait? What was chicken? What was that?
About me. What's so random about me, Laura?
Wait, who was the girl with the studio? Where were you?
Me.
Katie.
Hi. Yeah, I saw, I don't even remember what it was. Like literally just the other day, because I see all your social media things, but you talked about this book and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to join her Patreon immediately and hop on this. That was yesterday. So I'm really glad that I kind of like finally had the push to jump into the Patreon community and that you're talking about this book because it's really good. And I've always felt like I don't actually like that many, I guess, like influencers because you're an influencer. But I really like Juggling the Jenkins. I've liked her for a really long time, and I liked you for a really long time since before you were a mom. And then when you were pregnant, I was like, yes, because I have 4 kids, so I was just like in deep mom mode. But anyway, yeah, I make music and mostly I sit right here and do audio things like fix audio for people and things like that and do all the mom things. I have 3 boys and 1 girl and that dog.
I want to know how many OGs are in the room.
How many?
I was going to say her audio is amazing.
Oh, mine? I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
Well,
Britt.
cool.
Oh, Britt, no, you introduced yourself. Okay, anyone else?
I'll go quick. I keep trying to hop in and then I don't. So for starters, I did not finish the book.
Ouch.
Sorry. But I joined your Patreon and then I've been watching your stuff like for ages. I am currently in the throes of clawing myself out of postpartum.
Yeah.
Stuff. And I also have an older son who we are discovering is possibly autistic.
Mm-hmm.
And then through like going through all of the like checklists and all the things to get all the help and all the whatevers, and then realizing that, oh my God, I am pretty sure my mother is also autistic, which sort of opened up a lot of big feelings, because I always just thought I always thought she was just kind of narcissistic. Like, and very blunt and just not interested in parenting. And then I'm like, oh my God, that was not her fault.
Literally, I felt that way with my dad. Like he's literally called me once in my life, and I pick up and I'm like, "Dad," and he's like, "Oh, sorry, packet dial." I'm like,
I'm like, no, I just wanted you to hear.
and I was always like, "What?" But it's so clear now as I learn more about autism. He watched Pulp Fiction every single night for 2 years straight. Like he's autistic, like there's just so many and doesn't call anyone has not,
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just saying I relate to you in that.
Yeah.
It can feel
my
like
mom has a room in her house dedicated to tigers because she likes them.
Okay.
And I'm just like, that's not like typical. And she's like, I know, it's so quirky. And I'm like, no, that's
quirky. That's the word.
More than that, Mom.
Special interest.
I can't falter there.
But so I'm joining the book club to like keep myself accountable to meeting up with people.
Yes.
So that I don't just kind of sink into the hole of babies.
So easy to do.
It is so easy to do.
Oh yeah,
I agree with that.
Oh,
I needed some friends. I needed real friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel it for all of you because you seem to all have kids that are super young. And I remember my daughter, who's autistic, is going to be 25 this fall. So I remember being in the throes of those years with a little one and not knowing what direction to go in and feeling so alone. So my heart just goes out to all of you because I remember those days so desperately.
Yeah, I can relate to that, Carol. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you
there
have
was so little known about autism back then too. So little known in 2000. And especially having a girl, they would say, oh, girls aren't autistic and all kinds of crazy shit they say to us. And but my heart just goes out to all of you, really, because I remember those days and they were long and lonely, a lot of them.
Yeah. I also had postpartum depression. I didn't even know what it was.
Right.
Yes.
That was one of the things I really appreciated about the book was Tiffany being so open and honest, and the words were just so powerful throughout the whole book, but especially when she spoke about how she felt about not wanting to be a mother. Gosh, I'm going to choke up. My kids are 17 and almost 18 and 22 now. And I'm becoming an empty nester, and I'm realizing that, it's been half my life. 44. My son turned 22 a month before I turned 44, and it really hit me. I've been a mom for half my life. I don't even know who I am without them. And my son's been out of the house for years now, and it's still hard.
Yes.
Yeah. I love how openly she talked about her postpartum depression, how detailed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really incredible.
Because it's such a real thing that people don't respect or even understand how serious it really can be and what a dark place it can be. And you don't know how to crawl yourself out by yourself. I remember, I have 3 kids, but I remember because my bottom 2 were like almost twins. Like, they're not even 2 years apart. They're like barely a year apart. And I just died. And I remember when I got pregnant with my last one, that, like I said, my husband, I told him I was pregnant and I'm crying because my other one's not even a year old. And he was like, okay, well, I'm going to work now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm here bawling and that's all you got for me? Like, I was in turmoil for months. Like I just cried for months.
Yeah,
It
the
was
way
so
that
hard.
she
Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
My mom got 2 kids in 1 year. My mom got 2 kids in 1 year. We both are born in 1979.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. I was born in February and my sister was born in December.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Irish twins.
Yeah. So I was just thinking.
Irish twins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi everybody. I actually
related a lot to that postpartum too. I'm sorry to jump in. I'm late on the group. My name's Katie, and I had 3 children in under 3 years, no twins. They're 15 months apart each, and they are all on the spectrum. And then I had my son 2 years later, and I remember telling a doctor that I thought I had the baby blues, and he told me I was being dramatic. Couldn't possibly have the baby blues because my babies were so close together. I hadn't had time to have the blues.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry that you went through that.
It's over now. They're 13, 12, 11, and 8. But yeah, it was that particular part. And sorry.
I wonder how much of postpartum depression is hormones and how much is the general lack of support.
Oh yeah, it's so hard to say, right?
Yeah. And predisposed depression, and it's just becomes a whirlwind.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost more so the lack of support than anything. Like, that's just a killer. Like, when people just don't acknowledge it and don't even have the audacity to respect you in your feelings and in your moment. They just act like, oh, you'll be all right. And I'm like, no, I won't.
Yeah.
But okay, I have to do it for my kids. I have to be strong for them. And so you don't have a choice.
Right. And then you're just so tired that you're not doing any of the things that mothers are always expected to do.
Right.
Yeah. I'm so glad to hear you guys talking about postpartum depression because I didn't even know what the hell was happening to me. My first baby was born in 1990 and I had no idea. I would look forward to being pregnant and was so excited to have my first baby. And then that fucking crash on my face, I had no idea what was going on. No idea whatsoever. And nobody spoke about it. Like I was expected just to be a joyful mother and carry on, and I didn't know how. So yeah, now at 60, I look back at the generation that you guys are in. I'm so proud of you all for speaking up and talking about it out loud.
There's more.
You really need each other.
Really so interesting to see that there is more attention. Like I got diagnosed with PMDD a couple of years ago, but I had to go all the way to another city in my country to get diagnosed, and before it was taken seriously. And I'm going through menopause now, and menopause is taken seriously. And before that, it was not even talked about. Like, and I also think I sometimes think because I have ADD, and sometimes I think these hormonal things like postpartum, it's also related to being neurodivergent. I'm not sure if that's the case, but I also feel like that. And what Laura also said, it's part of that's so much as expected because I gave birth to my son and I was also studying and working full time. Like, wow. I don't even know what I did in that year.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so grateful that Laura, people like you who are creators and that we look up to, they have these real life problems. They're not fake and, play the role of something, but that are real, and we can connect with you and we understand and we see that and we're like, oh my gosh, that's me too. Like, okay, I'm an addict, I get it. Or, oh my gosh, my son's autistic, I get it. I understand the ADHD. Like, for me, it was so heartfelt to see that I wasn't alone and I wasn't by myself.
Yeah,
and
that's a good thing about the power of social media too right now.
Yes, that's why I appreciate so much about Laura and Tiffany is that, it's real and I'm not coming up with it on my own.
Well, that was going to be the first question that I would open up for discussion, and I would think we could all share for 1 to 2 minutes each on it, whoever wants to. But the first question was, what part of this book felt uncomfortably relatable to you and why? And I think a lot of people already kind of tapped into the PPD was the uncomfortably relatable to them. But was there any other parts of these books, whether her romantic relationship, the birth stories, the sober living. If anyone wants to.
The whole being cheated on situation, sadly, I feel like that has happened to me more times than I'd like to think. And it's so hurtful and it's painful. And you're with somebody for so long and you would never think they would do that to you. And then they lie to your face. They sit there and lie to your face and act like they did nothing wrong and everything's okay. And when you find out and try to call them out on their bullshit, you're like, but no, there is no but. You're wrong. You're gaslighting me and you're in the wrong. Period.
I think for me, if I look back, the really uncomfortable part was her then husband. They'd been together for 10 years. He goes to Vegas and fucking relapses, and then all bets are off. And suddenly he doesn't have to be faithful because nothing else matters. But I identified with that so much. And I look back at the last 3.5 years of Stephen and I separated and going through this divorce. And truthfully, we never had a perfect marriage, but him relapsing after I gave birth to Poppy and Alfie was diagnosed with autism, he started using. I didn't realize it then, but he later admitted that. And that was the end of us. And then, of course, unfaithful and abusive and all that stuff. So just like the way that addiction and alcoholism can completely destroy a family. And it did Tiffany's too.
I think it's so common that addiction crops its ugly head and right back up, especially during the growth of your family and birth of children. It's such a difficult time of life, and there's so much change going on. And so I've heard so many couples that are in recovery that where one or both end up back in addiction, in active addiction after the birth of a child. It's so common.
Yes.
There was also that struck me was that the fact that she was at one point describing, I remember when I was walking the dog, and she described that her daughter came under a car. And I was really like, I remember standing still on the street. I was like so shocked. And then she said it was like a sort of a real-time nightmare, real life nightmare that she was experiencing. Dog sitter, I was really had goosebumps all over me when I was listening to that part. And my dog sitter is experiencing the same thing with her son all the time. So I immediately texted her. I said, there are more women that have this, that experience this. That was one thing I remember was really struck me. Yeah, struck me.
I still definitely go through that. With my daughter having autism, she's prone to elopement. And I feel really bad too, because I project that on my other daughter as well, her twin. And I always feel like, and even, my husband and even my parents are always like, gosh, you're always yelling at them. But you just see everything around you that can just take everything away quickly.
Yeah.
And you want to just keep them safe. And I know I need to work on that myself, but I definitely identified with that.
Because
the world can be scary.
It was definitely hard to let go. I have 2 elopers, an exit seeker, and one who doesn't do either, but she just kind of is joyful and wanders and then forgets where she is. So she doesn't actively run, and she isn't like, oh, look, a door, I should leave. She's just kind of like, look at the sparkles.
Right.
And now that they're older, it's gotten easier. But there was a time there where it was so isolating because many families did not understand. I come from a very conservative Christian background, and they prayed for us and the kids didn't get healed. So that was our fault.
Can I ask you a question? What do you call the kids that are walking away? Is there a name for that?
Elopement.
Elopement.
I remember that when I was a kid, that my first memory is going through a fence and walking away. And my mother still talks, I was always somewhere and I had to be brought home again.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But that's a name for something.
I got a call from my next door neighbor, a text actually going, there's security footage of your son butt ass naked playing with my barbecue at 5 a.m.
Another mom I know, her son wandered out and he was totally naked, and the neighbors kind of returned him, and she's like, "Oh my goodness!"
Oh yeah, Maya used to escape the neighborhood naked all the time, hysterical.
Yeah.
Why naked? I don't know, but always naked. Yeah.
My son was being watched by his grandparents one day, and I was driving home from work, and I turned onto our road, and he was naked running down the road. And at first, I was just like, "Am I gonna have to find this kid's parents? Because I'm supposed to have glasses, and I don't." And then I'm like, "Oh my god, it's my kid." Okay, that's great.
You know what? Bless them. If only I could. If only I could run down the street naked. I would be doing it.
That is so funny.
Sit down and you get sit together.
Anyone else want to share on what part of the book felt uncomfortably relatable to you? And
sorry.
We have towels in the van. Yeah.
Somebody's swimming.
There was someone that had a lot of rainbow fans that are rainbow background that seemed to really want to share. I almost cut them off. I would be interested to hear what you were sharing about.
Hi. I'm Rexy. I am. I haven't introduced myself yet, but I'm really glad to be here. I'm in Florida right now. I am ADHD and autistic, and I also have addiction kind of like runs in my family, I guess. And so what I found, I guess, uncomfortably relatable was some of the ways that about how like she felt with addiction. Like one of the things I wrote down, if it made me feel different, I would chase it like my life depended on it. And that's like I definitely know that feeling, and I tried to like, my dad was an addict. He actually just passed away a couple weeks ago.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
From things, but
I think Jackie, if you want to mute can you mute Becky so she can speak? Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it was just like reading that and like recognizing that like even though I haven't like fallen into addiction with any like drugs or anything like that, luckily, just like knowing that like how easily I could, and like I know like a lot of the things that she like said, like I felt like very relatable. And so that was I think definitely, I think I'm glad that like I read it, and I feel like it also helped me understand a little bit maybe like why, like maybe like what my dad was going through, because he unfortunately was never able to overcome that addiction. Yeah.
Sorry.
Rexy. Hi, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Kaylee. And Rex, I just want to say I totally relate to you. My brother is 19 years my senior, and this book has really, like, I'm always searching out for ways to better understand him through his journey. And this book has really, like, I've already gained empathy through years of therapy, even despite trauma. But this book really gave me another insight into it. Yeah.
It wasn't so much the drug addict part, but my husband has autism, and he is very sweet and very kind, but he is often emotionally unavailable. And I so related to how she described her husband, you know, where he would, as soon as he realized there was a problem, he tried to like early on in the marriage, but she often felt not listened to or not fully heard. And she would think it had to do with, like, you could hear her trying to make space for him. Well, I realized I should have done this, or, I ran in, yelling, and I could have been more thoughtful. I often have that when my husband trying to help, but is just that emotionally unavailable, on accident. And we've put in 19 years of work, so it's gotten much better. But I really identified with that, making myself small, because he couldn't understand. So obviously there had to be something wrong with me, not him.
Right. Yes. I feel that. Identify.
Sorry
for sharing. No, that's hilarious. It's so Alfie and I right now. It's like watching Alfie. Okay. So Tiffany talks about rebuilding her life after addiction. What do you guys think is the hardest part of rebuilding is, even after doing the right thing?
I think for me, the hardest part was gaining people's trust back.
Yeah.
Because obviously you lose a lot of trust. And so that was the hardest, and still is.
Yeah.
Is gaining people's trust and people knowing that, I'm going to do the right thing. And it's not just me talking, but me showing them by my actions that I'm doing the right thing and earning that trust back. So that's what I would say.
I love that. And it doesn't have to be about addiction, rebuilding in any aspect of your life.
Right.
I was going to say, I think that the trust thing is applicable to so many different forms of rebuilding.
I thought that it was a more nuanced part of the book, but I find it interesting how addicts talk about dealing with boredom. That's kind of a fascinating concept, that if you have a tendency to abuse whatever it is, that one of the hardest parts is just dealing with sheer boredom of everyday life. And she mentioned that a couple times, and I find that interesting in my own life, and hearing other people talk about just dealing with the mundane is challenging if you didn't grow up that way, or you don't have the tools. So I appreciated that part of it.
Yeah, I thank you for sharing that, Lisa. I find it so wild just how she met this guy at her cousin's 1 year celebration, or like completed rehab, right? And then they start dating, and the first time she's allowed to go out of her sober living, the first fucking time, they have sex 6 times and she gets pregnant. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. It's like, because there was that moment, did anyone else catch that, where she was like, she all of a sudden was like, wait a minute, did you use a condom? Did you?
Yes.
And like he got defensive, right? And I was kind of like, wait, did you?
Yeah.
That whole scene was really hard to read because it was just the energy shift back and forth, and it was him trying to control, like maintain her, but her rightfully freaking out. I don't know, that area was hard to read.
What are your thoughts on that? Like,
I was wondering if, some of that was a reflection on, because, when we're in a relationship, we hide a lot of the things that, or even just ignore a lot of the little, red flags, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if some of that reflection was shown in her writing, in saying that maybe it wasn't a good match from the beginning. And it just, I really wanted him not to be the husband at that point.
Interesting.
The fact that she even thought that, I don't know. I feel like, it's so hard because they'd only known each other a month, but your first reaction is to think that he tried to be shifty and do something weird. We're not on a good foundation. I feel like if I'm immediately accusing you of trying to trap me or something, I don't know. I was actually genuinely surprised that they lasted as long as they did, and they seemed to be thriving and doing well for so long, because I followed her since she had the blog. And so I was shocked, especially reading the book. And because I remember when they were going through it in real time, she was very vague online, rightfully so. And we knew something was going on, but no one really knew what. And she wasn't posting for like months. And so to read now what she was going through, it's crazy because I didn't see it coming, I guess, just because they had been together for so long. I knew they had their struggles, but I didn't know we were going to go Vegas and just go full ham and spend $12,000 of the savings in 3 days. Like and the not coming home, I would have raged. They like didn't come home for 3 or 4 days after their trip of coming. I don't know. She handled it better than I think I would have. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I'm Ariel. I haven't shared yet. I'm a person in recovery and I run a recovery center. And like the one part that really got me was when like they were kind of coming to the point where like they knew that they were gonna get a divorce, and like I had kids with my high school sweetheart, and I just remember like we had broken up and stuff, and like we tried getting back together, and we both were sober, and we were like trying to do it, and like he just ended up telling me that like it's not you, it's me, like I'm not good enough for you, and like it hurt so much, and I just thought that like it was such a cop out until like I fully healed and I realized like he was right. Like I did want more than what he was able to give me, and I did want something else, and like I never would have ended up running a recovery center because I was so consumed with like I was only happy if I was making him happy, and I didn't even know how to like create my own happiness. And so being able to find that, but like having to go through all that pain of like separating when I didn't know that that's what I wanted or that I needed, that part really, really got me. And like staying sober through all that.
Right. But that's awesome that now you're on the other end and now you're, helping others in return. So that's great.
Oh yeah. Anyone else?
I think it's just amazing in general that she stayed sober through all of it, because being that I've relapsed, unfortunately, multiple times over something much smaller, she was so determined that sobriety came first for her. Obviously not over her children, but she was not going to jeopardize that for him or anybody else. That was not going to happen. Like that was a priority for her. And if that meant that he had to go, then he had to go, because she wasn't going to sacrifice anything for her sobriety. And that's so admirable. That's so, I so respect her for that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I sound like this. I have major sinus going on right now, so I'm so stopped up.
How dare you have sinuses?
I don't have children and I haven't struggled with addiction, but for parents who have children and have struggled, I'm always curious, like, do you feel that it's easier to not want to relapse because you have your children as that extra purpose, opposed to like, I feel like if they hadn't gotten pregnant but they got married, I wonder if she would have relapsed if they were having issues, but the kids kept her sober. Do you think the kids help you in staying sober opposed to when you don't have children?
I personally do, but I know too that, I'll have 14 years, October 29th. So it's so in me at this point that it's no longer the solution to my problems.
Right.
Cross addictions, absolutely. I would say love addict for sure. Or, honestly, just work addiction I'll struggle with. There's cross addictions happening, but so it's progress. But yeah, the kids, it's like they fucking need me. But I go to AA every week with women who were in their addiction because they felt so alone in motherhood, and they that to take the edge off. So it's not always the answer, but maybe it was for her. Maybe that was the thing that kept her clean.
She talked about that in the book about being tempted and knowing it would take the edge off, but it seemed like that she knew because I remember the scene of her going down the stairs like she was going to leave them, but she could hear him crying, and then she ended up just going back because she decided she just couldn't do it. So I think that would be it kind of helps keep you going, I guess.
I love how honestly she spoke about that.
Yeah. So raw.
Well,
I can't imagine.
and I can,
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Right.
I can say somebody who unfortunately relapsed, and I do have children, that it's not always because of the children, because of course that's not what I was thinking about when I relapsed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
I don't, I obviously regret it to the fullest, but it did happen. And, I do now, I realize how harmful it is for everybody involved, whether it's my family or friends or whatever. But I don't think necessarily it's because of the children. It really is a choice that you have to make for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be willing and really want it, because if you're doing it for somebody else, then you're going to relapse at some point. I think that's my personal opinion.
So I wanted to touch on which part of the book made you guys laugh the most, even if it wasn't supposed to be funny. Anyone have moments?
Ooh.
The dirty, sexy time part. I was like just not expecting it at all. And I was just really like, what am I hearing in my ears right now? Like,
Which
part? The sexy time part. You know what I'm talking about? Like
the hotel room?
Yeah. I thought it was so funny. I don't know. Like, I just like wasn't expecting her to go into detail. So I was just like, oh my, like,
yeah.
I was really laughing at the encounter she had at the mall with the girl from high school.
Oh, yeah.
She's just so funny. And like what she was like lying about having a job. I don't know. It's just,
it's so relatable.
For me, it was when she was talking with the lady that was running the sober living. Yeah, like every time, I mean, I think probably it was supposed to be kind of funny, but just every time they were having a conversation, it was like they were just coming from two completely different places and yet still had this one ribbon of like thing that connected them together, which is that they both wanted the people that were living there to recover and do well. It was just like the way that they were approaching it was just so different, and all of the because it was a Christian, or like a church run facility. So like all of the comments about God and being saved and stuff were just like made me, it was just so uncomfortable to hear, because it's somebody that can't really say like, oh no, thank you, I'm not interested in hearing that today. Because it's kind of like you, unfortunately, in order to take advantage of the services, you sort of signed up to hear about it.
And the way like Tiffany comedically manipulated her into like getting the overnight, or just like explaining to her using God. She's like, the more I talk about God, the more Mary will let me do it. Yeah.
It works too.
I thought it was so funny.
So she got pregnant.
Oh, go ahead, Ariel.
I thought that was so funny when she's like, I can't even look at him because I'm just gonna karate chop him in the throat. I literally like burst out laughing. Like, if you, like, I've definitely been there when you're just like, if you don't start talking,
yes. Oh, damn.
I am going to hit you. Like, yes, like, but not in like a, I don't know, in a funny way. Not like I'm actually.
Oh, great. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Leah. Can we hear each other? There was bad service. Okay. What's your current version of a clean mess? Something you've cleaned up, but is still kind of a disaster.
My relationship.
My whole life. Yeah, my relationship is trying to break up, but not working.
What do you mean not working?
But I am trying to go no contact, but I keep going back to him and keep. Last week I found out chatting with another woman, and I keep going back. I'm such a fucking fool. Sorry for my language.
Oh.
That
So
is messy.
relatable. Even Tiffany did that. She was like, get the fuck out of my house. We are never speaking again. And then she like had to leave town and she's like, hey, can you come stay here and watch the kids? And then they had this, what was it? A few months of back together and like better than ever. Right. She took him back.
Yeah.
And then, so common.
So, yeah, very common. I don't understand why I'm doing that. I had 2 outreach calls because of this tonight, but I'm okay.
It's hard to leave. It's hard to leave what we are familiar with.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
we know at some point we're familiar with the love they give out. We don't have to question whether they like us or not. So I get it. It's really, really hard to put down that line and to think about starting over and to think about starting fresh. You're not an idiot for struggling. I countless people. I mean, we're all like nodding and relating. All of us have been in a relationship at some point that's like that.
Especially if there's finances. I mean, I've been forced to stay in a situation because I didn't feel confident that I could leave and be on my own. So it was just easier to stay in the situation and deal with whatever to try to just to survive. But you have to at some point just take the leap and work through it. But it's hard, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I was afraid to go because I had 4 children on the spectrum. And what would I do if I didn't have his extra hands? Like, even if they're not the best hands, they're still another set of adult hands.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
Did you go?
We separated for a year. He got diagnosed. He got counseling, anger management classes. He put in all the work, and we decided that we wanted to be together, not just we had to be together. And so he very much knows, and I very much know, if this doesn't work, we know how to be away from each other.
That's
and did the anger management
that makes
classes
sense.
Work?
She asked, did the anger management classes work?
They actually did. He needed, he's always been very sweet and calm. And then 2020 hit, and all of a sudden he was getting violent, throwing things, yelling. We were in lockdown. There was a lot happening. The kids were little. And I was a high school teacher, and I was expected to show up full day, plus meetings all day long. And he got violent with me, and then unfortunately he got violent with one of our children, and I put him out of the house. And that was the beginning of me walking away from the conservative Christian background I came from, because people came over to tell me I was a coward and I was in sin and I was going to go to hell in a handbasket because I didn't stay.
Wow.
Wow.
That was the strongest thing that you could have possibly done. I just want you, it's amazing.
That's very brave.
It was really scary. I had to leave my supports behind, and I had to trust counselors, which I had been taught counselors were Satan.
Oh my goodness.
But we did it, and he did it. And yes, the anger management, once they recognized he had autism, they started helping him discover what his triggers were. They started helping him. And he really, I'm not kidding, that man put in so much work. And we were separated for over a year before and coming back together wasn't, he just started spending the night. It was with trauma therapists and an autism coach and a bunch of people involved. I felt like I had more people in my marriage than I had outside of it.
But it's beautiful. That's really beautiful.
I'm glad it worked out, but it's not everybody's story.
I'm proud of you, though, for going through that.
Yeah.
And to know that you're okay on your own if anything happen. I think that's so important. We put so much importance on romantic love, and when there's so many different forms of love out there, platonic love, community,
friendships,
family, friendships. Oh my God. Yes. But I just wanted to leave with this closing question, and maybe everybody can, weigh in for a minute or two each. We're wrapping up. We're out at 1:30. So what was one one thing you're taking away from this book? What's one thing you're taking away from this book or from today's conversation that you want to carry into your own life? So, what about Kaylee? Kaylee, do you want to share?
Oh gosh, I'm actually ice packing my dog right now. It's he just got out of surgery a few hours ago. I picked him up. So if I could just go on to the next person, I'll try to type when I have hand spray. Sorry.
Go down this list. Maybe everyone could speak for a minute or so. Mariska.
Oh wow, there's so much. What I find the most beautiful thing is, and that is a feeling that I already got, is that the encouragement and the empowerment, like you're setting an example yourself with how you're dealing with this situation and so open about it. It's really helpful, and also the people, the women that are sharing here, like the acknowledgement you get, and that you're not alone, and that is Tiffany is also writing about the same thing. That is so recognizable. It gives just empowerment. Is that a word?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I say one thing on that? Just writing off of that while I'm icing my dog's knee. Bringing things out of the darkness into the light and talking about it, and not just keeping everything a fucking secret. Sorry, my language. That's one thing that was really empowering for me to see another woman talking about her experience like this, and that I can take into my own life. And yes, very empowering.
Thank you. Kathleen.
Yes. Hey, so I would say what I took away from this book was no matter how much time you put into a relationship or things like that, it's okay to cut it off or back off if boundaries are crossed that you've put up.
Yes.
Yes. Preach.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. Britt?
It's taking away from this book is just opening up more communication, especially within my marriage. I know that it's easy, maybe not full on addiction, but like just that escapism where you kind of just go to your own corners and try to deal with everyday life. And it's not healthy, and there needs to be that openness. And so basically just trying to keep on with my marriage, which is hard always when, autism and little kids are involved.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Sarah? Sarah Logan?
Is that me?
Yeah,
Sarah Logan?
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah, you.
There was the other Sarah as well. So I was like, it must be someone else. Just about the fact that you, Laura, and Tiffany, you're both human. And I mean that in a nice way. But you've got your own struggles as well. And yeah.
Thank you. That's true. Struggling. Rachel?
I think both from this conversation and from the book, I think I got two things. Strength comes in so many different forms, including just small baby steps like speaking. Her openness and honesty throughout that book really helped me because I was going through, well, I'm still going through a pretty severe depression right now, and it really helped me to reach out to friends and family and let them know that I was struggling and why. And just knowing that, making small moves like that really is strength, and just continuing to move forward and joining groups like this, it just continues to bring forward positive growth and healing and change.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, Rachel.
That's
Thank
really
you.
that's really courageous, Rachel. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes. Sheila. Oh, what? Okay. Sheila doesn't want to share. Abib. Abby. Abib. No. Alice.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself. I didn't know what to do.
That's okay, Abib.
I forgot what we're gonna say now. I don't know. Do you know what? I find it so interesting because I'm not an addict. Like I haven't suffered in that way, but I do think that you can take so much from it. Like, and I found the same when I read your books, Laura. Like when I read your first one, and it made me realize different things about myself and how much you can actually take from one situation and one perspective and put it into so many others. And I just think having that open line of communication and being honest and being able to have a laugh about some really dark stuff, that's my way of dealing with things. I laugh about the darkest of things and tend to only like end up friends with certain people because of that, because that's just my way. But I just think it's so healthy to be able to just be open and honest and say, do you know what, my life is a shit show, and take from what others have gone through and how they dealt with it, and sometimes just sit in it and be like, yeah, life is really bad right now.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah, live, laugh, love. I love that. And I love what you said about laughing at the dark stuff. I think that's one of the reasons I love Tiffany so much, is her ability to like make anything funny.
Yeah.
Amanda? Angela? Anna?
That's me. I just wanted to say thank you for everybody for sharing. I'm not a mom. I haven't had an addiction problem, but I have people that are close to me who have struggled with addiction. So it's really good to feel like, especially as women, coming together and being honest with one another and creating that sense of community. That's my jam. And thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the space, Laura. It's wonderful.
It is. This is awesome.
It is, you guys.
I've always wanted to be in a book club, and so when I saw you were doing this, I loved Tiffany's first book, and I love both of you guys. So I was really pumped to see this.
Yay!
And what book are we going to read next, by the way?
Oh, so I think the winner was I posted 2 books, and you guys seem to be more interested in The Signs by Tara Swart. She's a neuroscientist.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty awesome. So if you guys are down, that was kind of the one I was going for. Let me just tell you.
That one's not on Audible, I don't think, until maybe next month. I think that's what people said.
Wait, really?
It's also not on Spotify.
I think someone said that in the discussion group. That one
in our chat.
Okay, if that's the case, then we need to pick a different book, maybe, and push Tara.
How about Idiot by Laura Clery?
Which one?
Oh, Idiot by Laura Clery?
No, you said The Signs, right? Was the book?
The Signs. It's her new book, Tara Swart. But I am open. Why don't I post like a few? Like, we should probably
What
make
about the Dr. Romani one that you've just interviewed her? Because that was, I think we were saying, why don't we do both of them? If we did that one first and then The Signs after.
Okay, I think that was
Signs.
Not you, right? It's not you.
You said Tara Swart, right?
It was a great interview.
Yeah, it is
by
on
the way.
Spotify, it looks like.
Yeah, the book by Dr. Ramani is on Spotify, but it's not free. So
Which, by the way, your interview with Dr. Ramani was freaking epic and
Yeah.
powerful and amazing. And I've watched it 3 times over and over, and I've sent it to my sister and my brother and my mom, and it was amazing. So kudos.
I think I found her, it must have been like 6 or 7 years ago. You know, when I was like in this trauma bond and didn't know what it meant. I was like, I don't know what's happening. And then I found her and I was like, oh, she's amazing. Okay, so wait, the signs. Well, let's make the decision within the next few days. Let's just pick, because I mean, I thought you know audiobook on that, on the signs.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I can order the book. It's not like that I can't order the book.
Well, I'm also down. I'm so down for Dr. Romani, and then there's actually another. There's a few books I had in mind, but why don't we just like vote and make a decision by Monday? Does that sound good? And then that gives us
That
Where
sounds good.
I have
Take place,
the
'cause I
book
would like
by
to read
Dr.
the book.
Ramani in Dutch, by the way. So I'm reading it in Dutch.
Laura, before we run out of time, are we allowed to ask how you're doing? Just overall, how you're doing?
Girl, you know, like I'm doing surprisingly well considering. Like, you know, I had my hearing on Wednesday and I was there from, 8 a.m. to like 5 p.m. It's funny, like the judge saw us first and I was like, okay, it's happening. And like, I was there and he was on Zoom. And then like my lawyer started like passing out evidence and he was like on Zoom and he's like, oh, I can't open the evidence. Sorry. And the judge was like, well, where do you live? And he's like, Los Angeles. And she's like, well, then come down here now. And kind of like ordered him to come to the courthouse. So then we didn't really get seen until as of now, we did 2 hours. The hearing was 2 hours and the DVRO still stands. It's extended. So there's no contact he has no contact with me or the kids. So, that's good. And then we're going back to court in a month, and we'll see. And I'm just like weirdly in acceptance of it all. Like, part of me goes, is he going to go to rehab? Is he going to get clean and get help so he can be a part of his kids' lives? I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't force him to do any of that, So it's like, I had to really, like, we talked a lot about having strong boundaries and I had to just finally enforce strong boundaries and say enough is enough. And that looked like a fucking restraining order, and so I'm hoping that he hits bottom and gets the help that he needs, honestly. But the kids are doing really well. I think like them living in one house, actually, in like same bed every night, like really strong routine, like they're just doing great. So,
of course,
and I'm lucky to have, help while I work and like good friends. And I still feel overwhelmed, of course, with everything. But I'm just like practicing acceptance and still finding joy. I'm still finding what's right, even in the midst of this shit show.
Yeah.
Something that I took away from Tiffany's book and that I think we can all relate to, and also relates to your situation right now, Laura, is that it's never really too late to either rebuild or reinvent. I mean, like starting completely over. And it's really hard. It's not fun. It may feel like there are just so many challenges and they're like unsurmountable, but it is possible for all of us. I mean, it's up to us to do it, right? So it's not like you can assume that somebody else is going to do it for themselves. But we can control, and we can always reinvent ourselves and rebuild.
I love that. Thank you for that. Yeah. It's true. We absolutely can. Thank you, Whitney. Well, this was amazing, guys. I would say this was a successful first book club.
This is awesome. I had so much fun.
Sure.
Yeah. It's really awesome. Yeah.
And a goat. And we have a goat.
We had to end with the goat. We started with the goat. So it only makes sense we end that way.
In a goat.
Thank you, Laura. Really appreciate you
Thank
having
you,
us.
Laura, so much. And we're so proud of you and we're supporting you, just so you know. You're
proud.
obviously, you know, you're not
Absolutely.
alone, but like I joined your book club and your Patreon and all of that just to show my support in any way I can because you're doing great.
Thank you.
Radical acceptance. I say it every day because of you.
Yes.
Literally,
Yeah.
life changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned radical acceptance in therapy, but seeing it practiced by you, Laura, is really inspirational and has helped me in
It
my
is.
own journey. And I thank you so much for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for being here and for all the love and support and encouragement. It means a lot. So thank you all. All right.
Yay. See you next week, next month.
Nice to meet
See
y'all,
you next
ladies.
month. And
Everyone have a good weekend.
yes.
You as well.
Okay, and we'll vote and make a decision by Monday. Okay.
Cool. See you guys on the Patreon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Laura.
Bye.
Bye, Laura.
Bye.